All right, what is up, everybody? We are going to be doing for our live stream today just a couple of different things today. Number one, I got my notebook here of what we're going to do. Number one, we're going to create the training program for the athlete training group at the gym, which will be really two different programs, but one base program, and then we'll kind of break it down into a more current program. Or separate program rather. Apart from that, we are also going to be doing updating some training numbers. So I figured get the program out of the way first, and then where we're going doing some more monotonous things, we'll do that last, where we're updating training numbers. And hopefully we can, if you all have any questions about the programming that I had done right before updating the training numbers, or about the training numbers in general while we're going about it, we can do that as well. I think we have one person in here right now. If you want to say what up. If I were to guess, it'd probably be Sam or Caleb. That, or it hasn't updated since I was checking if it was working or not. So we have a couple different things on the program that we're going to change from last time for the athletes at the gym. Where is my mouse? Uh-oh. This can be a very bad technical, okay, there we go. Technical difficulties, but we should be good. So anyway, sorry about that. Notes on the program that we have today. First thing first, we're going to lower the box squat that we've been doing. We've been running a 16-inch box squat on the SSB bar. We are going to lower that box squat to what we've been doing for speed squat, and we're going to see how that goes. We're going to try to get that heavier through the deeper ranges of motion. And then we are going to also, for lower body, let's see, I might get on the second page here. We're going to change razor curls back to glute ham raises. And then for the older athletes, or the intermediate group rather, we're going to have 1 day of reverse high press instead of just back extensions. So small changes there. And we're also just going to make all accessories linear. So we're not worried about going from 12 to 15. What's this? 12 to 15, 10, 8 to 10, things like that. We're just going to keep it all linear, keep it more simple. Next, for upper body, we are going to leave the four-board in. That went really, really well, I thought. And hello, everybody that just joined in. I don't know if it's Sam and Caleb, but if I were to guess, that's who it would be. There's two Calebs that it could be, I suppose. However, anyway, so for the upper body training sessions, yes, we're going to leave four-board in. I thought that went really, really well. And I think that'll hopefully push up our regular bench numbers. So, and speaking of regular bench, we are going to input, or put back in rather, regular bench press instead of the versus chain. So hopefully we see some improvement there. For the younger group, we will be, or the beginner group, whatever you want to call it, we will be changing out rolling dumbbell extensions and putting in dumbbell bench. I think that'll be very beneficial for them. And then let's see, for some of the other things, we're going to go through and make sure we actually put everyone's chains at the correct weight day one, so I don't have to go back through and do that like I've been doing. And then we're going to take out hurdle hops. That's one of the bigger things we are going to do, is we're going to take out hurdle hops. I really like them, but I feel like we don't get as much out of them yet, but I want to see what else we could do for that. So instead, I think we're just going to go broad jumps, and then we're going to do double broad jumps, then triple broad jumps before our sprint days on Thursdays. And then next, on the back page here, we have a couple more changes. We're going to switch dumbbell rows to chin-ups. We're going to do rolling dumbbell extensions. We're going to do dumbbell bench for the younger group, or the beginner group. And then we're going to do ring extensions for the intermediate group, which is really just going to be taking one of the rings that we have at the gym, and we're going to be leaning over and doing extensions on that. Again, trying to just switch it up a little bit, but still get kind of the similar impact on the triceps. Next, again, I've already done the back extensions reverse hyper. We are also going to change cable face pulls to bent over dumbbell fly. So that is the plan for the program, and we'll go ahead and get started here, as it is 4 o'clock after I get a drink of water, and we'll do a couple changes here. Now, with the fact that we are lowering the box squat, which will also lower the weight that we'll end up being able to use most likely. We are going to leave in the 3-mat sumo deadlift because I like that we got to go really heavy on it, and I think as we transition back to pulling from the floor, it'll be even better. So, but first things first, let's just go through day one. So we will use our quick find and replace on here on the Turnkey Coach app. We're going to find SSB box squat 16 inches, and we're going to replace it with SSB box squat 12 inches plus 6 inches of foam. Simply right there, which is perfect. Simple enough right there. Easily done. Barbell RDLs, we're going to keep that the same where we're working down 5, 4, 3. And I am lying. I completely just lied to you all. We are changing it to being all accessories the same. So what we're going to do here, barbell RDL should still pop up. Replace it with barbell RDL. And there we go. And we're going to do 3x3, keeping that pretty heavy. RP 8 to 9, we'll call it. And boom. So kind of going in line with the board press there. Next, we're going dumbbell step up. So they did 16 inches last time. Now, I think I want to change this up a little bit to doing a dumbbell reverse lunge is what I'm going to do here instead. Now, and I did not, as I'm saying that, I definitely did not say that in the beginning intro, which I apologize. If you all are just joining us, say what up in the chat. If you have any questions about the programming, let me know. Or who I'm programming for, what I do. Dumbbell reverse lunge. What do we have it called up in here? Dumbbell reverse lunge, perfect. And we're going that every day. That should be good there. Perfect. Okay. Now we have razor curls. We're changing razor curls. Oh, wrong button. Razor curls are being changed to, do I have it in here? I have it glued. I think we've been doing GHR. We'll put it in as glue ham raise because that's technically what we should be doing. Now what we will be changing this, we're selecting all. However, we're going to be doing 2 sets of 6 here. RPE 9. Right there. Perfect. And then our back extensions. So this one, we're going to put back extensions with back extensions. So again, we're kind of just going through here and changing some of the smaller things real quick. And we're just going to put 3 sets of 15 on this now. RP of, really it's 10, but we'll just do 9. We'll put 10 actually. And all the athletes will also get their own numbers at the end of this anyway, so not to worry about, really worried about the RPE that much. So that fixed that. Built-in march, we're leaving that the same, and now we're here we won't go through the dumbbell jumps or anything yet because we'll go through that for individual athletes towards the end of this. Now that looks like, we'll double check through everything. Day 1 is complete, so that is really good there. It is time to switch to day 2, which will also fill in some of the other days as well. Mainly the upper body days stay very similar throughout the week really. So we'll look bench press first 1 chain. And we're going to replace that with bench press. Simple enough. And we just work down to a 1 rep max. 4 board, that's going to stay the same. We're going to do 3x3s, and what we've been doing there is we'll do 1 set of a heavy set, right? So let's say a kid is shooting for 225 on the day. He might do 210 or 215 for this first set. Second set, we're going to try to PR, and third set is kind of that randomizer set, that joker set where you may do it, you may not, depending on how you feel. And if you feel really good after you hit a PR, you know, screw it. Let's put on 5 or 10 more pounds. Okay, let them eat a little bit. Next, dumbbell rows. Dumbbell row. here. Move that to chin-ups, like so. Oops, key. There we go. And we're going to do 3 sets of 6 here. And P10. Now, we've been running the experiment of dumbbell rows, hopefully allowing us to then do chin-ups better. We're going to kind of see how that goes. I don't know how it will go or not. But yeah, we're just going to have to try to figure that one out. Rolling dumbbell extensions. Another easy one to replace here. Rolling dumbbell extensions are going to go into, what do I call that? Ring extensions. We'll call it that for now. We're going to go 3 sets, 15 RPE, 10. Simple enough there. And how we'll progress that is most likely by either A, you can make it harder as if you're lower and we're out in front of you. You could even throw in a weight vest, things like that to make it a little bit better. Next, going through, we're at cable face pull. Cable face pull will be switched with bent over, rear delt. What are these called? Dumbbell. It's making me look. Oh, it was just popped up. Here, we'll type in rear. Bent over dumbbell rear delt raise. Kind of a mouthful for sure, but we are going to leave that at 2 sets of 20. And that's pretty much it right there. However, I am thinking about adding in another exercise, and that being an ab exercise, which will be really easy just to throw on upper body and be done with it. So what we are going to do here is we're going to add some hanging leg raises, and we're going to do 2 sets of 15, 0 weight, like so. Now, the only problem with this, now we do have to go through all of this and add that, which is not a big deal. Really, it's not. But I would enjoy if they could have like a copy paste for like a set and rep thing right there, which I do not believe you can do. Yeah, it does not look like it. So, but we only have to do this for a few workouts and then we'll be okay. But we are almost done already with the program. Again, the best thing that I could suggest for you all to do if you're building your own programs, building programs for other people, is don't make tons of changes at once. And if they are, some smaller like accessory movements that you're doing maybe can be changed. But you also want to try to find what works really well and then run with that too. So, take that with a grain of salt. However, I've had success with it so far. So, again, taking it with a grain of salt and all, but trying to keep a limited amount of exercise variation, but still enough to A, experiment, and then A, also keep people interested in your programming, can be really good. Okay, so we added all those. Things look good. Last thing to change, which really we don't have to change much of, will be day 3. Which is the only thing we are changing here. Back extensions, and then replacing that with reverse hyper. Reverse hyper, 3 sets of 15, and we are just going to change this to 2 sets of 15, like so. And we are done with the initial part of the program. We have to replace a few things first. We're going to leave in 4 jump, 5, 10, 5. For the chain sprints. Now this is what I've been kind of thinking about. I almost been thinking about removing the chain sprints for a little bit just to see what they do. However, they are very, very good, and I do believe I should be leaving them in still. So what we're going to do is leave those in for now right here the same. And then what we are going to change, however, is these hurdle hops right here. So this day we are going to come in and do a broad jump like so. And then we're going to do a double broad jump. And then, yes, you guessed it, third day, triple broad jump. Like so. And to begin with, we are going to go with not timing these. However, couple of the coaches I talk to quite often, one being Stephen Thompson or Voodoo Power. You should go subscribe to him on YouTube. and on Spotify and all of the above, because it's great guy, and has helped me tons. So definitely go watch his stuff, listen to his stuff. He has a lot of great coaches on the podcast. Anyway, he times a lot of their broad jumps, and I think that can be a great way to get a lot out of it, because this is supposed to be a quick ground contact day prior to sprinting, right? So that's why we normally are doing hurdle hops, but I want to see if the broad jumps will get us a little bit more output from those, and we'll see what happens. And of course, we could always spread out the hurdles. However, I'm going to experiment with that a little bit more later on, but I have not done the broad jumps, and we've been going through the hurdle hops, and it's almost like we're starting to go through the motions a little bit. So I think we could benefit from switching it up a little bit. So this should be it. Now, if we go here, this is our actual calendar for all the athletes. And if we refresh it and everything goes well, we should, oh, I'd have to assign it. That was dumb. So we should be good here. We'll double check before I put it on there. Everything looks good. So we'll assign this template to, here, we'll do it this way. Template, there we go. Now, if we look up WSS, that's labeled WSS right here. Start date, the 27th. Workout title, not needed. Okay, perfect. Now I'm trying not to sneeze right now, but it's not happening. Like, I don't know if I have some allergies kicking in or what, but my eyes are like puffy and watery right now. Goodness. Oh my gosh, like seriously, this is a problem. Okay, so we don't actually have to change anything on here. So this is on their calendar and they're ready to rock and roll. We're gonna move over to the more beginner section and then program that real quick. Not a lot of changes to be done there for the most part, just a couple exercise changes and sets and reps. But then we will open up some personal calendars and get to actually programming some training numbers based off what they've done before and what I think they'll be able to do, etc. So we'll slide over to this calendar real quick. Now for this one, what we'll do is just copy this down because this won't be changed just quite as much. And you will notice that when we get to the personalized programming, I have to replace a couple exercises for some people just for the fact that they will be, they're having some issues right now with some pains and aches so far. So we have to accommodate them a little bit. But that's what's nice about having the training app is we can do that really easily and not have to write it on the whiteboard and things like that. Okay, so not a lot of changes being done here, to be honest. However, there will be a few. So we will click here to do the find and replace step up or setting section. What am I thinking of? The tool. There we go. Dumbbell step ups, 12-inch will be replaced with dumbbell reverse lunge right here. Good, 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 good. Replace, and we're good. Then we'll also do the razor curls with glute ham raise. Again, very similar, like I said, the programs don't change a whole lot. However, the beginner level is definitely doing the same movements more often, or yes, more often than the older ones. They have 2 different lower body days, whereas the beginner group does have the same upper and lower days, really. The intermediate group does have the same exact ones. Touch, fire. Hey Taylor, what's going on, man? Thank you for commenting. And yes, this is one of our training programs right now for the beginner group at the gym here in Warrensburg that I coach the athletes out of. If you have any questions about the programming, let me know. I'd be happy to talk about it, and I'll probably talk too much about it, most likely. But if you do want to learn more about it, or just have any questions at all, let me know. So we're going to change back extensions here to back extensions again. We're just changing the sets and reps around. So right here, and we're going to go 3x15 here. And once again, all their athletes are going to get their own weights for everything. So the RPE itself doesn't really matter. But we are going to put that in anyway. So going through here, I think that fixed, where's the link at? to the link to get the program, Sam? What do you mean? Because if you all want the program, I can definitely link it in. I was not planning on this. What I was telling you the other day, Sam, was not this stream. For everyone else that is here and want to know what I'm talking about, if this is what Sam's talking about, if not, I might have just came up with that. But, excuse me. Soon, hopefully starting next week or this coming week or next weekend, we'll see. Hopefully, if I'll probably either post it on socials or you will hopefully get a notification on YouTube. But I plan on, yeah, link for the program. Okay. Yeah, I can get the link for the program in a second. I'll do the intermediate one for you guys, and then I can also post this one as well if you all want it. But I'll be building free programs for people. So if any of you all are in here that are either A, not one of my athletes already, or just want to get a free program and have someone build you one custom to you, be sure to either join the stream next week or just keep in touch with me. And what I'll probably do is just as long as you're subscribed to the channel, I will build the program on stream. You can either comment all of your things, so you can maybe figure out a way to message me privately if you need to. But yeah, you'll put your goals, maybe some restrictions that you might have in the equipment, and I'll build a program, post it on here, and we'll do this real quick. So let me, oh, the program. I'm so stupid this whole time. Wow, I'm an awful streamer. My bad, Sam. My bad, Sam. I think this is what you meant, dude. I've been looking at this the whole time. So that's annoying for you all for sure. So let's just go through this real quick. I think I did this last time too. Clearly I'm not the best streamer in the world. And actually, let me move this over here. Moving the chat a little bit over here so it's out of the way. I'm not real. This is just Steven plugging it. That's crazy, Sam. Dang, why did I do that? That's so embarrassing that I just was on the just chatting stream this whole time. Anyway, this is the program that I've been talking and yapping about this whole time where you just were looking at my face. So I apologize for everyone that had to go through that the whole time. So basically all I did was change a few things. So we went to a smaller box right here, or we went to dumbbell reverse lunge, glute ham raise, reverse hyper, and belted march. So that would be our lower body day, and then that's our Monday lower body day. And we go through 5, 3, 1 reps. And what is going on here? Dang, this is still an issue right now. So I'm gonna have to fix this real quick. But after I delete it, it should be good, if I'm not mistaken. That's so odd. Maybe it's because I have both of them pulled up at the same time. Interesting. Because I didn't even try to paste it over here. And it's a separate program. It's very weird. Anyway, I'm deleting these real quick, and then we'll go over the rest of this. This is why I was making templates for people, or making a template. But anyway, I'll get that the link sent in the chat here in just a second after I go over this. So we start with a 5 rep max, and then we go to a 3 rep max, and then a 1 rep max on the week 3. And then same thing for the deadlift. This time we're doing 3 mat sumo deadlift, which we were able to go a lot heavier. So this squat will be a lot lighter this go around because we've lowered the box by about 4 inches. And then we're adding a foam pad, which will make it a little bit difficult as well. Bench press, the only thing we changed, we were doing versus chains the last time. And then instead of doing rows, we're doing chin-ups, dumbbell rows rather. We're doing chin-ups. Instead of doing rolling dumbbell extensions, we're doing ring extensions, which is, again, just something kind of like you're going to be leaning into a ring, and you're going to be doing tricep extensions. Then we added, instead of cable face pulls, we're doing a rear bent over dumbbell or rear delt raise, and then we've added hanging straight legs to get a little bit more ab work in. Lower body, again, this day pretty much stays the same. Once again, bench press stays the same. The only difference between lower and upper is the training cycle. For bench, we're going to start with a 3x5, 3x4, 3x3, 3x4, 3x3, 3x1. So we're kind of working up and down, undulating it throughout the weeks. Now, if we do want to make this a quick template, let me put this back on the just chatting screen while I do this real quick. And I also will remember to go back to where you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm going to make this a quick template for you all. Yes. What do I call this? Oh, current WSS athlete cycle. That's what we'll do. WSS athletes. There we go. Okay, should be good now after I put that price in as $0. Let's see here, templates. I should now be able to get a link. Pro is not changed. No, I did change the screen. I will. Trust. Okay, there we go. Oh, the names of it not changed. I gotta change the name of it too. That's silly. Okay. What if I copy? What's the date here? 7. It's gonna be from 7/27 to 8/14. I'm almost done here. Price technically can't be a 0, but I'm making a 0 anyway. Oh, what the heck? Enter. There we go. I will change the screen, I promise. Okay, so copy, link, post in chat. There we go. Sam, you got to check for me if that's clickable, dog. Okay, scene. Boom! I switched it back. Okay, we're good here. All right, so if anyone else in the chat is wanting to get that link and to see what the program is all about, you would be able to automatically get put in on my coaching app. You'll go into a group chat that is, where are we at? Community. Go back to here real quick so I don't leak insider information. Go to template group. You'll get put in a group chat. I realized I can't pull this up without. Can I full screen this? I don't think I can full screen this. Okay, I cannot full screen this without giving away a bunch of names. But you will get put in a group chat with anyone else that's ever bought in a program, including me, and as well as one of my other friends that is a coach, or my roommate rather. I believe he's in here. He might be. I'll have to add him. Anyway, and you can always ask questions about the training, talk to people, chat it up, and all that good stuff right there. So besides that, let me get back to the programming real quick. Scene, boom. Did it twice in a row, Sam. Okay, let me exit out some of these things real quick. Exit it out. Okay, beginner, back to where we were. So once again, we are going to be getting rid of the dumbbell rows, replacing it with chin-ups. So dumbbell row, chin up. Now, what is going on here? Okay, so that's not ideal. What's going on? Okay, so 27 start, dumbbell row. I think every single time I've tried to do a program, Sam, I know you've been on most of them, that every time it just does not go well. No upcoming workouts found with this exercise. What are you talking about? I see them right here. What if do we need to, I bet because I deleted it off the intermediate one, I need to X this out. I think this could fix our problems. That could fix all of our issues. So if I do this, that's so annoying because, okay, that's okay. We didn't make a ton of changes. Sam, did you try to click the link yet? Has it worked? Because I can use it, but again, I posted the link. So, which unfortunately doesn't bring it up to the specific tier, or template rather, but you can get to the store from that. Anyway, we are going through here. Okay. We're not changing a lot for them, but we'll go back through and do all this again. Barbell RDL, link works. Great, perfect. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Sam. You're gonna become a moderator for me. Oh no. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm not in need of a moderator. There's 3 people in here, which is great, but I can handle it for the time being. For these chaps, we're gonna go 3 by 5, and my nose is so itchy. I think I might be getting allergies or something. I don't know what's going on with me. But we changed our RDLs to 3x5 instead of 3x5, 4, 3. We're going to do dumbbell step-ups. Change to dumbbell reverse lunge, like so. Again, we're trying to just catch back up to where we were. So I'm kind of just going to roll through this real quick. And if you all do have any questions, as always, let me know about the programming or just training in general. I'm fine to answer anything and everything that I am confident in answering. I would never pull anything out of my butt just to give you guys an answer. 9. Okay. Last one for the lower body stuff is back extensions need to be changed, just their sets and reps. Back extensions 2, 3x15 at RPE, and we'll just put it again, once again, just 10 right there. Perfect. Okay, so that looks good there. Now on to bench press. We'll be keeping bench press the same, forward press the same, dumbbell row. We'll be moving over to chin up. Changing the sets and reps to 3x5. A little less for these guys. Then we'll be going to rolling dumbbell extensions right here, which will be changing to dumbbell bench. I think the dumbbell bench for the younger group will be good. It'll allow them to kind of work on a little bit more stability when they're actually bench pressing, because a lot of they are shaking back and forth with dumbbells. If you do that, you might learn by fire, and that's okay in my eyes, to be honest with you. And I don't know if that's, you know, a great way to think about it, but that's the way that I am thinking about it, and I don't really care. So I do care. I care about the athletes. However, sometimes they need some tough love. Last change that we'll make regarding the actual weight training portion is cable facepull will now be, can I just hit enter on that? Perfect. Tab. Oh, that's so good. Rear delt. Nope. Bent over dumbbell rear delt raise. Okay. Keeping the same. And then I wish I could just hit add. Can I do that? Is that possible? Let me see. Find and replace. I don't think I can, unfortunately. But that's okay. Once again, we'll also change the hurdle hops out while we're doing all this. So let's just go through here, add exercise. So again, we're going to go hanging knee raise. The ones that can do the straight legs, we will have them do it. But if they cannot, they'll have just the option to do knee raises instead of straight leg raises. On this one, once again, hanging knee raise. Hanging knee raise. 2x15 at 0. First one is going to be broad jump. This should be week 1. Yes. Okay, save. Probably going to knock this down to week 2. All right. Oh, Steven, wrong one. I would save so much more time if I did not misclick when I was doing these streams. And luckily, like, I'm not super worried about saving a bunch of time as I'm doing this because I'm hanging out with everybody on stream. However, I do tend to misclick a lot, which is kind of annoying. Raise. I'm sure Sam will have something to say about that or something. I don't know. Like for the people that don't join the streams very often, Sam is a absolute hater and a fat shamer on me. So, anyway, let's see, last day. Now, let me go through here. Erase. What did I spell something wrong? I spelled something wrong. Very embarrassing. I will say, I think one of the most nerve-wracking things ever when I'm doing these streams is typing in front of people. I had to do that during a meeting the other day. I was on a meeting on like a Zoom call, basically. It was a Google Meet, I think, actually. But anyway, I was on there, and the guy was asking me about Turnkey Coach and things like that, and I was showing him, and I was like typing in notes and things like that, and attempting to use. There's like a AI assistant coach that Turnkey Coach has, where you could, you know, you could ask the AI assistant to like give you a review on this client, this client, this client. And they'll, you know, this client has bad knees. Be careful with, you know, too much squat volume, etc. Well, I was typing, and I think I'm genuinely in like a one paragraph type of, you know, 2, 3, maybe 4 sentences. There was like at least 9 typos, and I was like, this is just embarrassing. This is embarrassing. Which, to be honest, I got up a little late for that, where I had to just shower really quickly and like get in here, so I was uh, not super awake. We'll give myself that. So real quick, I'm gonna hit us to the just chatting screen, and we will be pulling up some of the athletes, so we can go ahead and program for them real quick for the athletes at the gym, and then we'll switch to the athletes at the school, and we'll get rocking and rolling on everything. Now, what we'll also have to do while we're on here, which will be interesting, is put the training program into 2 days, because for anyone that is curious and is maybe thinking about joining the gym, if you're an athlete in near or around Warrensburg, don't turn too fast, but there is goldfish behind it. Man, what? Shut up, Sam. I just spent 10 seconds of my time reading, 5 seconds of my time reading that. They're gone on a trip still. We'll actually skip him for now. Now, okay, so I'm going to pull up our updated number screen where names are all hidden away. And we're going to start programming for individual athletes here. So, most of these people have done everything so far now. So, well, the beginners will, because they didn't change a whole lot for the most part. But we'll go ahead and go through here. So last time this athlete did 3x4 at 110. Was supposed to do 120, but I feel like I remember him doing 120. It's odd, but we'll leave him at 110 just in case. And if he can do more, we'll let him do more on the day. Next, we have barbell RDL, which the athlete did the time before for 3 was 70. We'll go to 75, even though he's doing 5 reps. Now, dumbbell reverse lunge. Don't know what he can do there. Glute ham raise, we changed into 0. Back extensions, for 15, he did 50. We're going to do that again. Simple enough there. Now for the bench press day, for 3, he did 70, so we're going to try to do 70 again there. Board press, he did 90 for 3, so what we'll do here, that is what I try to do. These stretches are so delayed, man, my jokes don't hit. Man, I don't know how to fix the delay, Sam. I'm sorry. I tried to look into it, couldn't figure it out, I'm going to be honest. And I forgot to do this with the program, and I could still go back and do this, but we'll do it here on stream. Screw it, we'll do it live. We're 3 here, and then we're 1 by 3 there. And then, so he's already done 90, so we'll go 85 there, and we're going to try to do 95, a little PR, and then I'm just going to put this at an RPE 10, just like that. Chin-ups, don't know, so we're going to put the RPE, leave it there. Same thing with bench press, bent over root out. We're going to probably put 10s at first, knee raise, 0. So that is that, and we can also go ahead and do sumo deadlift, which he did for 3 the other day. He did 115, and we'll do 115 again. Okay, that one's done. It's cool, man. Also, Sam, I saw that you had texted me. What did you say? What was your question? Real quick, let me go into here. Mark this complete. Please enter extra values. Like that, maybe. That's what it wants. I think that's what it wants. Okay, we are gonna keep rolling on here. We'll just open up all three of these. So he's actually on. Okay, so this is what we need to change this real quick. So this is one of the athletes that needs some specifics done with his program. So we're gonna do a find and replace here. We're gonna do SSB box squat. Ah, dang it. SSB box squat 2. And we're just gonna do regular belt squat instead of belt squat 2 box. My question was about the programming in the future. And is that regarding the high school, or is it regarding like in general? Like what was your? I don't know what that means fully, to be honest. And I looked a little, and it looked like it was mixed up with multiple things. What? Okay, hold on. We'll do 8 here actually. Let me look here. So, oh, I see. Okay, here, Sam. Let's do this. Is this the screen that you had saw? Because if so, I'm probably just stupid. But okay, I'm not gonna say that you're stupid, but it genuinely, if it is like a little confusing, let me know, because I don't know why it should have just put you to this. Like it should have just showed you this one, but I know that it didn't. Is this what you had saw though? Like this thing right here? No, that's not the screen. What? What's the screen then? Sam, send a screenshot in the chat. Can you do that? Is that possible? Can you add? Can you? I don't know if you can. I don't know if you can do that. If you could send a screenshot in chat, or just send me a text of it, then I can look at it later. That'd be beneficial. I went through there and I'm talking about the workouts themselves. Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me see. Hello, whoever just joined. We are currently trying to fix an issue right now. We have a free program in the chat today. I think I can pin that actually. Let me do that. Can I? Is that possible? Pin message. Boom, message pin. Okay. There's a pin message in chat if this is a free training program for athletics and athletic training, whatever you want to say. I don't know if screenshots are possible. Okay, that's okay. Let's go through here. Let's see if I can put this to myself. I just leaked my email, so that's perfect. Here, I should probably not put this on there just in case. Let me see if. Oh, I should not have used that account. I didn't complete the order. Perfect. Okay, let's go back. Let's do buy now. Let's go Bob Jones. Bob Jones is my name. I'm trying to test this out real quick. Complete order. Oh god. We'll see what happens. Oh gosh. I don't know if anyone could hear my neck just get destroyed, but that was honestly pretty good. I'm also, Sam, I'm back on the squat box right now. Here, let's go to my phone. We'll see what it looks like. Unless Sam is maybe just tripping. Sign into Wooler Strength Systems. Okay, let's see what happens here. I'm on. Template trial. Uh-oh. This doesn't look good. Currently trying this out on my phone, Sam, so let me. If screenshots don't work, just send me a text of what it is, please. So I know what the issue is potentially being. Weighed 232, by the way. Damn. Damn. Something's going wrong. Oh, that's why. Here, let's see this. It's so odd that sign me into that one. Okay, I'll figure that out later. If anyone is having trouble, Sam might just be, what are you now, like 175? Man, I wish. Not really. I wish I was like 219 right now. That'd be perfect. 217. But anyway, if anyone else is having problems, please let me know. But I don't know what the issue fully is. Man, I'm gonna try to figure this out real quick. Sorry, everybody, but I need to figure this out or it will drive me crazy. I'll only try one more time on this on my PC instead of my phone, since I've signed in on my phone before. See, the problem is that I think the problem could be, Sam, that you already have an account, maybe. Oh wait, Sam, the issue is for you is that you probably hold on. Let me go to your thing, Sam. Looked weird on my end for a bit, but now it looks fine. Okay. Let me find your name, because I think I might have known what happened. Did I not pull your name up here? Oh, I did, because you won't be here. That is right, Sam, that you guys will not be in town this week. Oh, it looked weird because it went on with... What the hell? Why did it add third summer cycle? Why did it start up there? Oh, I see why it went weird. Okay. You didn't select this is correct. Will not be. Okay, perfect. I think so. What happened is the program is a Monday through Thursday program. Here, I'll pull this up. So the program is a Monday through Thursday. What's going on? Uh-oh. Why'd that do that? What's going on, brother? Why is not doing that? The problem was, we'll just act as if it was this one. Okay, we'll act as if it was this. The program was a Monday through Thursday program, and you selected it for just today, like you didn't put a date in. So it put it on only open days, how it should be laid out. So it was Sunday, and then for yours, Sam. Anyone that just joined that has no clue what I'm talking about, don't worry about it. Me and Sam, who's in chat right now, he's one of my athletes at the high school, and he just tried out the free program for that's in chat right now. It should be a pinned message. But anyway, we kind of got to figure it out, I think. But anyways, we're going through today and updating training numbers for athletes. We just finished building up a program, and right now we're going through some of the athletes at my personal gym. Well, it's not my gym right now, soon to be my own gym. But anyway, we're going through and updating this specific athlete's training, because he actually has some issues at the moment that he cannot do like a lot of spine loaded activities, which weird that like he cannot deadlift or belt or like squat with a bar on his back, but he can do RDLs, which is kind of odd, which is a little weird to me. But I'm not sure what to do yet. But we found ways that we can train around it, so we're gonna keep doing that. Now, for this one, this is kind of a special case. We're gonna do 3x5 on Mondays and 3x3 on other days. We're gonna do 9. And RDLs are always a good one. But anyone else that is just joining the stream, if we have any questions about the training that I'm doing or what I do in general, please let me know. I'm happy to answer any questions regarding training. I've been coaching for about 2 years now, adults, athletes, younger people, older people, it all mostly, college athletes, all that stuff. Anywho's next person up. We're going to open up all 3 days once again. Right here, SSB box squat. Okay, so he did 120 for 4. Simple enough. We're going to go 120 for 5 to try to progress that. RDLs, he did 100 for 3. Let's try to go 95 for 5. Dumbbell reverse lunge, I will not know. Back extensions, I can know. He did 50. Let's go 50 again. We're adding a set there. Okay, bench press for 5. He did 70 the other day for 3. Let's try to do 65. Let's try to go 65 here. For board press, he went 75, 80. He only got 80 for 1. So we'll do the same thing here. We'll go 75. I'm just going to program 2 sets, and then we'll hit add set if we want to do another one. We're going to go 75 again, and then we'll go 80 once again. Try to hit another PR, 80 chin-ups. We're going to leave the same. Dumbbell bench press, don't know. Here we're going to go 10. And perfect. The only thing I'm going to do on this one is the deadlift, which we did 115. We'll go 110 for 5 reps. All right. So we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 athletes left, and then we'll move on to the high school numbers, which we have about, let's see, I wrote it down earlier. Where are we at? We have about 29 athletes to go through after this one, which should take up about an hour and a half or so that we have left. Maybe. It'll kind of depend on how much I'm talking and whatnot, so we'll have to see how that goes. So for this one, don't know what this first one will be. RDLs, he did 170. I'm sure he can do, why is this 3 by, oh, I made them all 3 by 3, okay. 185, glute ham raise, leaving that alone. For this, we'll go 90. And, oh, that's supposed to be back extension still. Forgot that that would happen. Okay, that's okay. We'll go through and change that back out. Back extensions. And he did 50. Let's go for 55 right there. And then we'll add the 3rd set. That might be a thing we go back through and fix for everyone, because I did not realize that it would do that. Well, I should have known that it would do that, but I didn't think about it doing that. That's probably a better way to go about it. So we're also going to change these dumbbell jumps out, which we're still not able to do. I wonder if we could do that would maybe be a better solution. So I'm in talks with the turnkey coaches what platform I use to coach, and they're absolutely fantastic. I can put in a feature request on Monday, and by Tuesday or Wednesday it'll usually be in, depending on the easiness of putting it in or not. But they're absolutely great. So what I wonder if we could do is like a find and replace, but for metrics. That'd be really, really cool for what I am doing anyway, or at least what I do. Perfect there. So now let's scroll back up to upper body. He has not been here in a minute, so I'm kind of going to leave that there, to be honest. I'm honestly not going to be able to put down a whole lot of numbers for him. Besides the deadlift, I think he was here. He did 300 for 3, so let's see if he can do 300. 300 for 5, maybe. I bet he could do that. We'll leave that there. Okay. Okay, moving on. But Sam, so what do you mean by the program, brother? I was just thinking more about that. So, like, what'd you say? Yeah, what did you mean by, my question was about the programming in the future. Like, did you mean for me and the high school? Like working at the high school, like were you all to do it by yourselves? Like, what did you mean by that? Because that's what I'm a little confused about. But after that, if you remind me exactly what you mean, then I'll obviously answer your question. But I really don't know for sure what's going to go on, but the idea is for me to still continue programming, but that'll kind of just depend, I guess, on some things. But I don't really know what those things are yet either. Now Grace did 170. Go 175 to 180 for her. Dumbbell reverse lunge, don't know. Ham raise will be body weight. Reverse hyper needs to be back extensions. Needs to be back extensions. Needs to be 3 sets. And we are at 65 pounds. If anyone else is just joining into the stream, say what up in the chat. We're going over some programming today, some these are right now that we're looking at are the athletes that I coach under my own business, and it's not my own gym yet, but will hopefully soon be. But I coach them about 4 times a week, depending on if anyone comes in on a Saturday or not. And we're going over their programming, and we've actually just built their program, which if you want to check that out and use that for free, it is set for a Monday through Thursday program. It's pinned in chat. You guys can get that for free. I was wondering about the next few weeks since you have workouts in there. Did you just want us to do them at home or? So the next 3 weeks, Sam, is what you're talking about, is only because you clicked the link today and got the template. That's the only reason that there's 3 weeks of workouts in there right now for you. I kind of thought that was what you meant, but for the high school itself, I think that I can maybe put workouts on there still. And yes, if you all want to do them at home, you can. And then once school starts and you all have weights classes or not, I suppose, you will still have a workout program to follow. It's kind of the idea, I believe. Well, anyways, going through here still. Numbers good there. For bench press, we're gonna leave this open to see, and then we'll look at check stats and history and things like that. But for 5 rep max, because we haven't done that in a while. For board press, however, Grace is going to do right here 1 set of 175 and 1 set of 185. And then we'll leave that other one to open up. Ring extensions, things are good here. We'll go 15 to 20 here. Perfect. And only thing we'll do here is the mats. She wasn't here for the 5. She did 245. Oh, she could pull 245 for 5. Go 245. So the goal there. Foam box, she did 160. We'll keep that there to 160 to 165. And we'll leave all this still the same. We'll go 90 right now. Okay, perfect. Now Grace will need to get her dumbbell jumps changed. So something I've changed around with the dumbbell jumps for some people as at least is the weight of them. So normally I would fall in line with this specific dumbbell jump chart, if you will, that if you squat this much, you should be doing dumbbell jumps with this much. And it worked for a really long time, and it still works for some of my athletes, Sam being one of them. However, I've noticed that some people, whether they are lighter or on the bottom end of those ranges, they don't actually fall in line with that very, very well. And by the time they get to week 2 or 3, it's really just not doing anything for them, it seems. And that's probably not the best way to put it, but that's how I did put it, so that's how it's going to be, I guess. But anyway, so I've just kind of lowered the weights of the dumbbells, and we'll see how that goes. For this athlete, we're going to come back to this one because this is where we need to change it into 2 days, which really will not be that difficult, but could prove to take a little bit longer. I don't know which day she's actually going to be showing up, so that will also play a factor. But she may just not be sprinting. Who knows? We'll see. Okay, this is another athlete that we need to make some changes to. Need to, oops, right, there we go. I'm gonna put the lid back on my water bottle before I knock this over. The other day I accidentally spilled my cup literally all over my floor. It was really bad. It had creatine on it, and it was very sticky, and I don't want anything like it's just water today, but don't want that to happen again for being just dumb. Belt squat. Boom. There, same thing. We're gonna do 3 by 8 here, similar to the other athlete. Why is this? July 12th. There we go. There we go. Perfect. RDLs, they need to be changed as well. For him, we're gonna try to do belt squat RDLs. I don't know how it'll go, but we're gonna try it out anyway. And I do think for everyone that's in the chat right now. You all should be very excited because this is the most views. We have only 2 concurrent viewers right now, but we have already totaled of 21 views of, I think it's technically unique viewers. I don't know, is it? Oh, the description went away. Anyway, so thank you all for joining in. That is absolutely amazing. And if you all want to, next week or at some point in time, we will be doing another stream where I'm going to be building free training programs for people that are subscribed. We'll probably build, 3 to 4 training programs. And you don't have to be an athlete. You can be literally anyone. And all you'll have to really do is tell me your goals, tell me any restrictions you have, and then your equipment list, limitations, just things like that. Pretty simple. And if you have any other, health issues that I need to work around, be sure to, message me somehow. We can try to figure out how to do that privately. I might, you can email me, or I don't know. We'll figure it out. Text me on Instagram, anything similar to that. But we are going to be giving out free programs here soon, which you'll also then get. It's just a template. You'll get a template, and you'll be put into my training app, and you'll be automatically put into a group chat with anyone else that's ever gotten a template from me, as well as myself, where we can chat it up in a group discussion about the training. If you have questions, let me know. Other people might be able to help you out if they've done the same program, things like that. But if it's interesting to you, be sure to subscribe and come back for the next stream. That'll either be next Sunday or sometime other time. I'll definitely put that out into social media and things like that when and if that happens. Or not when and if, when that happens. For this, we're going to do a little bit different. We're going to do 3x6. Now this is a movement that I have not really perfected very well yet, but me and this athlete are kind of working together to try it out, to try to get him hinging still, but he's been having some lower back issues, which he's struggled with in the past, so trying to figure out, how that's going to work for him is we're going to just playing with some things here and there before he, we think he may or may not have to get checked out or not. Anywho, we are at 3 mat, do a deadlift, and we're going to switch this to oh my gosh, belt squat ordeal as well. And we might end up changing this throughout, but we're going to just try this out to start. And for this one, we're going to not keep those. We're going to go 3x5, making it a little bit heavier, and then RPE 10, call it that. So, and that should be not 4 days. Place that. There we go. Perfect. So they should be good now, and all of their numbers good. We need to go back extensions. So his back extensions will also be a little bit different. We're going to be doing 4 sets, 25 there, and we're going to be doing, what did he do the other day? Let's see. Oh, I'm also putting this in the wrong one. Well, we can leave that there. Save that. Come up to the right one to put it in. Back extensions. 4 sets of 25. And he did 50, 60 pounds. 50 pounds the other day. Try to have him do 60 next time. Trying to strengthen that low back as much as possible for this athlete while he's having some issues. And then, eventually, hopefully, when he can get back under the barbell, his low back and things will be a lot better. But yeah, Sam, did that answer your question, by the way, earlier? Because I think that is the issue, that why you see workouts after this week. Because technically, this week is the last week with the high school, and after that, we'll be going into who knows what at the moment. But if that did not answer your question, let me know, and I will answer it for you. But if anyone else is joining and you have any questions about the training, let me know. Or training in general. Love to answer questions. This makes I stream these while I'm doing these things that are kind of monotonous and really boring for you all to watch, just to have someone to talk to and also potentially answer anybody's questions that may or may not have any about training. Yeah, no, that makes sense. No, man, I'm just a bit special. You are something, Sam, and I appreciate that. You know what? I do appreciate that. March, why does this do this? It's selecting all the way back to there. There we go. Placing 6 workouts. Perfect. Okay, Larson press, 4-board press. And he's going to also be doing a little bit different. I'm going to go, actually, we'll do 4-board. We're going to make a, gosh, this is going to look really silly, but that's okay. We're going to do 4-board Larson press because he's having issues, but we can still press heavy. Okay, don't ever let anyone not let you press heavy. Oh, I don't want to change that. 4-board Larson press. Yeah, because I want him to be able to hop in still with the 4-board because it's fun. And he'll still get stronger in the upper body and in the triceps and things like that. So, there we go. Now we can just change this 4-board to 4-board Larson press. Now again, I don't know if this will be a good idea or not, but we were going to try it out nonetheless. But again, he's just trying to allow him to press heavy without having pain and still kind of get in with everybody else. And hopefully this will allow that to happen, which I'm sure it will. Hopefully. Thank you everyone for joining so far. This is definitely our most viewed stream while I'm streaming, at least. I've had a couple. Over time, we'll get a couple more views, but this is awesome. Having a lot of fun here. If you have any questions about the training that I'm doing, why the hell am I doing this or that, let me know. I don't know what any of these numbers are going to be, so I'm going to leave those alone. For him, I'm going to put 20 on the dumbbell right here, like so. But I'm going to leave that there because everything doesn't need to change a whole lot for him. Next, we're here. We have 3 more athletes total. One we need to switch to a 2-day program. And then we'll be off to doing the high school, which will take a little bit of numbers doing this, but I'll be more locked in and getting through those a lot quicker because there won't be as many changes need to be had or be made rather. He did 225. Oh, doing 230, and this is not going to be speed squat, so I need to get rid of this note, but that's okay. It's going to be back extensions. 3 sets, 15, and he is at 80. Put him at 85. We don't have that actually. We'll leave him at 80 for now. He does need to go down to 20-pound dumbbells. We're going to put him all the way down at 20s. So he'll be fine there, hopefully. 4-board. He did do 225 for 2 reps, which was amazing. For this one, we are going to go 215 for the first set. And then that second set, once again, we're going to try to hit a PR. We're going to try to just go 230. We're going to see what happens, honestly. And if he's not feeling it that day, we can always adjust. But I would rather him try to do something he's never done before and go from there. This one, we're going to go 20s. Now, chin-ups, I do need to check the PR table on this one, which is really cool. A feature that Turnkey Coach has, it automatically tracks all of your things. All PRs, I mean, I can do a 20 by 20 and it'll track it all the way down to a 1 rep max. So his 6 rep max is, we've not done that before actually. So let's try to have him do, let's go 50. We'll go 50. 50, where are we at? Oh, I just need to X out here. We'll try to go 50 pounds there. Everything else is good. Last one we'll do here is the deadlift, which will be, you're supposed to do 335. You did 5 here at 315. Let's try to go 330. Maybe 330 potentially. Not in sport where I can hear you anymore, by the way, so don't ask me any questions. Okay. Can you not hear me because, well, you're probably at work, if I were to guess. So, I'll just nod my head and say yes. So 210 to 215 here, and I'll leave everything else there. Now we need to go through, change the dumbbell jumps real quick. Sorry, I just smacked my mic. Sorry if that was really loud for anyone. I will say I am starting to feel the fact that I am sitting on a squat box in my low back just slightly, and my posture is probably god awful at the moment. Well, I'm trying to fix it actively, but it definitely was for a little bit there. I have my chair that I have over here is very squeaky, and it's been in the backgrounds of all of my streams thus far, besides this one, I believe. Maybe not the first one because I was thinking about it more. But I've decided that I need to switch to the box so you all can actually hear what I'm saying, even though it probably doesn't have much to do with anything at all sometimes, but you know, it's probably better than hearing the squeaking of my chair the whole time. Now we are almost done with these athletes here. Opening up all this, 145. It's going to go in 145, not 1,100. There we go. Barbell RDL, he did 135 the other day. We'll try to go again, but for 5 instead of 3. Even though this the same, back extensions will be moved to 70. That is good there for that athlete. Now, bench press. He did for 3 the other day. He did 65. I really think he could do 65 for 5, so I'm going to put it there. So we'll see how it goes. 4 board. We're going to see if he can go here, 1 set, 3 reps. We're going to see if he can go 75. Then we're going to put on 80 and let's see how that goes. Chin-ups leave, dumbbell bench leave. This we're going to put at 10 to 15. And moving on. This one we're just going to be looking at the sumo deadlift, which he did 135, 3. We're going to go 135 for 5. We'll see how it goes. And keep on trucking away. So that's him. Now, last one, we have to change this program into 2 days per week. So what we're going to do there is always start with lower body. Sorry, upper body. And we're going to stick to the basics here a lot. So we're going to do push here. This is what we'll do. I think I'm gonna put the ones that I know for sure we need to do in there, and then we'll change it up from there. So we need a bench, we need a 4 board. So our main movement's here, and then I want to make sure chin ups get in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 exercises. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't want to go over 6, so we're gonna start with that. See how everything goes. There's definitely some accessories that I want to leave in there, but we're gonna go with this first to see how it functions, I think. So we're gonna go sumo deadlift here, and then back extensions, and then we're gonna get rid of dumbbell bench, rear delts, and that. And then I'm just gonna pull these off to the side for now. I don't know when they will be in, so I'm going to leave this here for now. I'm not actually going to go through these numbers yet. I'm going to quickly message the mother of this athlete and see when they'll be in. Days will most often. Perfect. This is some of the business side that I can stream, but also is not very entertaining when I do not know the answer. So we're going to X out of this. I'm going to switch to our just chatting screen for a moment while we switch over to different athlete or different page rather. And yeah, I'm gonna see if I can do this real quick. If I do that, okay, you guys cannot see anything right now. So let me do this real quick. Why is that doing that? One moment, everybody. This is supposed to be up here, but I don't know why it's not. So this is kind of annoying. So what you all are supposed to be seeing right now is, well, it is supposed to be my face right now, actually. But we're supposed to be looking at the high school, but it's not popping up at the moment. And let me see if there's no names up right now. So let me see if this one works. So that one doesn't work either because the screen here is looking at Okay. We're going to do that. Okay, I think this will do. Maybe that'll do. Hold on 1 second, everybody. For some reason that looks crooked on my screen and I don't know why. What's going on? I'm trying to make it where you guys have a better viewing experience, but I'm not really sure why it's looking like that. But anyway, we're gonna move it over, see how that goes, and we'll get into it, I guess. Making sure no names can be seen. Perfect. Okay, we're just gonna keep rocking and rolling, I suppose. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that, everybody. We are gonna go ahead and get into some training numbers now. For the high school, we have about 29 athletes to get through. This will be their last week of training, so I'm pretty excited about all this. And yeah, we have a few things to do. We're going to be doing 4 different days real quick, but only one exercise on some of those days. So unfortunately, Sam can no longer hear what we're doing because I'm going to be talking about him. Psych, I lied. I will not be talking about him. Him and his brother will not be there this week, but that's okay. Split squat, 85. We're going to go to 90. RDL, we're at 135. This athlete will be going to 140. And this will be back extensions. 70, he did 80, so we're going to leave him at 80 this time. 80 as well. 80, because I already know it. I'm going to put 80 on over here as well. Perfect. Bench press, we did 100 for 2. I'm going to try to do 100 for 3. Press, we did 55. We're going to try to go 60 here. Dumbbell rows, 55, 60 will be up next. Dumbbell skull crushers, he did 15s. Let's try to do 20s for 8. We're lowering it down. And pull aparts, we're going to leave that there. It's RPE. And they'll be tasked with putting in a 0 for the weight to hit mark complete. We'll see if that happens, yes or not, yes or no. Next we'll do deadlift, so sumo deadlift. We're going to go for a 1 to 3 rep max, and we're going to ask the coach for so. I'm going to put him in at 185. I think I trust this athlete, or 175 rather, to 185. I trust this athlete enough to 1 rep max, but we'll have to see how it goes more than anything. X that one out. For floor press, he did 85, 1 set of 2, 1 set of 2 sets of 3. 85, we'll try to bump him up to 90. I'm sure he'll do fine. And that is one athlete. We only have to do that 29 times most likely. Some will be skipped because of X reasons. Like this one, I don't know what to put. I'll probably put his squat at, get these all opened up here. I'll put his squat at 360 for 3. Instead, 360 for 3, barbell split squat. I'll put him at 140 like he was supposed to do. He got kind of sick this week during the training, so we're going to bump some of the stuff back. For this, we're going to go 200, and then back extensions. He was supposed to do 65. We'll go, so I'm going to keep him at 60. The reason being, we've been using 2 dumbbells and just holding them here up top for our upper back as well, and I kind of like that way of doing it. Bench press, he did 180, which is awesome. Put that 180 in. For press, he was supposed to do 105, but this is the day he got really sick, so we're going to do 105. Dumbbell row, he did 3x10. For 70, we're going to try to go 75 there. Skull crusher, he did 80 apparently. I don't think that was correct. So I'm unsure of what that was. So we'll go 25s and see how that goes. And then for deadlift, he was not there, it seems. He was supposed to do 275 for 3. We'll go 285. And I'm always a little bit worried about how this day will go on a 1 rep max day, especially when we're doing a squat and deadlift. Such, I don't know if that was my favorite idea. We're going to run with it because I've already put it in. But we'll see how that goes. And I'll, obviously, if something looks off, I'll definitely cut it for someone if they need to. I do think today might be the one day that we've actually are going to stream for the full 2 hours, depending on how everything goes. I generally end up cutting it up short because I don't have not as much to talk about, and I don't want you all to just sit here looking at me the whole time with nothing really to look at. So usually we just go ahead and cut it short. But this one is going a little bit longer with all the programming that we had to get done today. This one did 125, so we're going to go 130 here. A lot of these barbell split squats and the press and things like that, we're progressing them very linearly, where we're just trying to add 5 pounds because it's a newer movement. 190 here for our barbell RDL. We're going to leave that. Besides back extensions, he did 60. Let's see if he'll do 70. I'm sure he can do it. Leave it the same over here. Now for bench press, this athlete's been killing it. Did 130, so he was supposed to do 135. He tried 145, which was, interesting decision. But we'll leave him at 135, and then hopefully, actually this was a PR by accident. It was supposed to be for 2, but, I turned my back, and that's okay. But he did hit a PR, which is great, so hopefully he can hit maybe 150. And I believe this athlete's only weighing, 119, 120, and he was doing, more than his body weight for reps, which is awesome. Press, he gets 75. We're going to go 80 here. I'm going to go 80 to 85, see which way he leans. Dumbbell rows, he did 70. We'll go 75. Overhead tricep extensions, we'll go 50. And we're going to leave those. And we'll do this one for deadlift, 190. And for him, we'll try to go 2 plates. And because I think he's been kind of bagging it on the deadlifts, to be honest with you. So we're going to try to go 225. We'll see how everything's moving now. Floor press, he went 105 for 3. We'll try to go 110. And honestly, I'm going to put 110 and 115 again, see which way they swing. That was, what's what this is? That's, okay. They'll be gone, so I don't have to do theirs. Next, we're on, I keep wanting to say their names, even though I'm not going to, but I'm wanting to. And I've not been perfect at hiding everybody's name here and there, but trying to keep the privacy best as possible for everybody. But I keep wanting to say everybody's name, mostly to jokingly talk smack on everyone, but I guess I will not do that. RDLs got up to 175. He did not do 180, but we'll try to make him do 180 once again. And back extensions, we're at 60. Screw it. We're going to try to have him go 70. We'll see how that happens. See what happens with that. If you are just joining the stream, I promise this is usually the most boring part of the stream. We started out today with making a program for the athletes that I coach at not my own gym yet, but under my own business, if you say. Right now what I'm working on, however, is a little more monotonous, and where I am just trying to fill the void with my voice and words. So if you all have questions that I can kind of guide my rambling, it would be very beneficial. But we are doing some program updating, training numbers, whatever you want to say here, and we're just going through about 29 different athletes. We've already missed, I think we've gone through about 4 or 5 already, but we're doing pretty much a whole week, apart from a few things, so a whole week of what we can do. For this one, we'll try to go 175 possibly. There's a few things that we'll have to wait till Monday, Tuesday, finish up to program in, but we'll get to that when we get to it later this week. However, if you are joining in as well, what you've missed is next week we'll probably start doing free training programs for anyone that is subscribed and in the chat. We'll probably do 3 to 5 depending on how long and lengthy the programs are. We'll probably do 3 to 4 week cycles. We'll see how it is, but it's something I'm trying to do to kind of just get people training in general and get people in my community. So what you're seeing right now, I am on Turnkey Coach. That's my training platform, and what you'll do is, if you get this program, and there's already a program actually pinned in the comment right now, for the athlete training cycle that I built. If you're just showing up about an hour ago, you can go check that out. You'll be put into a group chat with me and anyone else that has ever bought or used one of my templates. And yeah, you'll be put in there and you can chat it up with me, anyone else that's used the templates if you have questions, and yeah, things like that. So hopefully that'll be pretty fun to use. And if you like the training program, we can maybe talk about continuing with other programs and things like that, whether it's a paid version or just more free training templates. I'm okay with that as well. I'll have templates on there that you can probably use still. But yeah, anyway, we're gonna keep rocking through this. So they did 80 last time. Let them do 85. Barbell RDLs, 35. We'll go 140. And back extensions, the last one we'll put in 45. We're gonna have her go up to 50. There we go. Bench press, 70. There, press. So overhead press. We're going to go 50 to 55. Oops. 50 to 55. Dumbbell row, they did 45. And we'll go 50. I'm going to get some pushback on that most likely. They only did 2 sets. So we'll leave it at 45. Dumbbell skull crushers, 2 sets of 8. 15s. Did get all 10. We'll go 15 to 20. Right there. And as long as they have good reps, I'll allow them to go up. And we're done with that one. Deadlift. 135 for 3. Maybe going to look for 145 to 155 for a 1 rep max. But again, to kind of just depend on how everything else goes, whether we will actually 1 rep max or not. Floor press, they did 55. They could definitely do more than that. We'll go 60 to 65 and move on. And we're just going to keep trucking along here. We have probably about 20 more athletes to go. But once again, this is definitely just one of the more monotonous things I have to do every week. So talking to you all gives me a reason to kind of just, talk. And if you all have not been able to tell yet, I'm pro talking for sure. Which is, I don't know really why I fully said that. I'm starting to run out of things to say, if I'm being completely honest. So words that are just coming out of my mouth are just coming out of my mouth. So 50. Oh, he could do more. I will say I'm starting to be a lot more unlenient on the back extensions when people are doing really lighter weights, because I know that they can do more, and I'm trying to push them on that more. Because it also, I try to just explain to them like, hey, it'll help you in the long run, and have a stronger lower back and things like that. And according to Louis Simmons, if you have a strong back, you have strong hamstrings, and if you have strong hamstrings, you won't pull hamstrings. So that is obviously really, really good. And that doesn't go for everyone. Oh, forgot to do skull crushers there. That doesn't go, across the board. There's always going to be people with strong low backs and hamstrings that pull things, but probably more likely than not, or more likely to not pull a hamstring if you do have strong hamstrings and low back. Going through deadlifts now. They did 135, same thing. We'll probably go 145 to 150. This athlete is a little less, how do you call it? Not necessarily controlled, but they're not able to take cues quite as easily. So it'll kind of be a little bit more, iffy on what happens there with their weight there. There we go. So we have next athlete here. Now what I will be doing is I definitely will have to do another stream probably next Friday. I'll probably do a stream which will be a lot of just me chatting it up and probably trying to really hide my screen. But got a lot of work to do to put in for a project for my internship that I did through the school. I've got to build a presentation and things like that, which I need to get on very soon because it's due, honestly, on the 2nd. But I can't do that until I have all the numbers from the training. So that'll be an interesting day or weekend to work on, but we'll get through it for sure. And is this going to bug out? It's looking like it's going to bug out. That I might need to not do it like this. But they did 205. Oh, it's going to bug out. Dang it. Okay. We'll close up all of these. I suppose we'll do one at a time. They're going to be at 205. Barbell split squat, they're going to be at 135. Then I'll put them at 200, 140, 200, back extensions, 50, like that. Bench press, 125, press 80, 125, 80, dumbbell row, 75, there. Go 25 maybe for skull crushers here. Now this athlete has a little bit longer arms, so those longer leverages can definitely be hard to do things like skull crushers, in my opinion, at least. Or at least it, should be. But we did 190 for 3. This one we'll try to go 205 to maybe 225. We'll see depending on how things are going. Usually with deadlifts, if the athletes can pull the first one, they can usually pull a lot of them. So just grinding. So that's where it's like, basing it off of 3RM can sometimes be a little bit difficult. 120 for 3 there, which is weird. We'll go 125. I'm clearly running out of steam a little bit. I'm getting a little bit tired just staring at the screen. I don't have my blue light glasses, unfortunately, so this one I'm going to have to talk to this athlete when they get back to see how they're feeling. They were just on a week trip out and making sure they didn't get issued. They didn't come up last week, so they'll be not getting training numbers because none of them will be accurate, unfortunately. And I don't want to give anyone inaccurate numbers, or inaccurate, however you want to say it. Split squat was 80 and 110. 80, oops, 85, 110. Need to do 50 here. 50, not 550. That'd be crazy. Bench press they did 90. We'll try to go 90 for 3. Press they did 80. We'll try to do 85 and then 55 rows. So 85, 55. Dumbbell skull crusher they did 15s. I'll put it at 15 to 20. I appreciate everybody hanging out today, by the way. This is definitely one of my most viewed streams all at once, and I believe it's still unique viewers. I got a description of it earlier, but I don't know. Oh, the total number of times the stream was viewed while it was live. Yeah, so pretty happy about that. So thank you all for showing up and watching the stream if you are live. And if you are not live, I appreciate you watching the video back, which is cool, because I know this could probably be a hard video to watch, but maybe you can throw it on in the background, maybe that of, you playing a game or doing dishes or something, with me just talking. Maybe I'm ASMR, maybe that's the type of channel I need to become into, an ASMR, put you to sleep kind of video, but we will leave that for maybe a different time, different channel maybe. Anyway, I'm clearly losing it as I'm being delusional. This athlete did 290. We're going to try to go 290 for 3. Barbell split squat, they did 150, 155. Barbell RDL, they did 215. We'll try to go 225. Potentially back extensions, they did 55. We'll go 60. Now, a lot of these football guys, this is one of the football athletes context, just started camp, so I've been being a little lenient of what they're doing. So some of them haven't been able to get all their weight, or they're feeling really cooked after 1 or 2 sets. So I've been letting them just kind of go with 2 sets. Now I'm still usually not a huge fan of doing that, but with the first week I've been a little bit more lenient. So the second week I'll probably just kind of try to hey man, just try to push it out the rest of the summer. I think you'll be okay. But we'll see how it goes there. 70 skull crushers, 25, and looking good there. Deadlift, supposed to do 205 for 3, did not for some reason. We're gonna go 225 there. Floor press, we will be at 120. We'll go 125. Now I will say though, this is right here one of my bounciest jumpers now, which is awesome. He's gone absolutely stupid. Here, we're gonna actually we're gonna take a look at this. We're gonna switch to this chatting and then see if we can pull up metrics, because I think this is awesome. Let's go back to this one. So we have back in May. So this is 2 months of progression, by the way. May of 2026, May 20th, he went 26 inches, was his best of the day. And then in June 4th, so May, June, 2 weeks-ish, he went first 30. And then he went 31 2 weeks later, roughly, for the first time. And then he went 32 for the first time about 3 weeks after that. And this whole time, he has maintained his body weight relatively well, slowly trickling upwards a little bit. And then actually, this is a weird scale. Why is this like this? 13.2. That's why. See if we can go back and if we went back and fix this, this would be up. He actually has been gaining weight this whole time. So May 20th, 133. Now he's in the 140. So he's gained 7 pounds and is jumping. What is it? 7 inches higher? Let me go ahead. 6 inches higher. So yeah, pretty crazy there. Pretty crazy stuff there. So that's awesome. Just wanted to shout out that real quick. Let's go back to. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Anyway, just want to shout that out real quick because he's been killing it lately. Are we done here? Let me double check. Yeah, we're done with this one. Moving on. So they did not show up Friday, which is okay, but we'll still try to base their bench press off best as we can. Squat was good the other day, so we did 150. Let's go 145. We'll go 145 to 150. We'll see how that happens. We'll see what she's feeling like. I'm gonna base it off that. So we'll go here. We'll go 75. Barbell RDL. She did 125. Let's do 130. Potentially, what'd she do? 1 set of 3. Okay, she did 1 set of 3. So we'll do. I'll give her the option of 125 to 130, and then back extensions. She did 60. We'll go 60 again. Okay, so for bench, she was supposed to do 70. She did it for 3 the other day, so we're definitely going to try to go 75. And then 50. We're going to try to go 75 and 50. 75, 50 here. Not 550. Once again, I did that. 40, and then 10 to 15. We'll go that. Go 40, 45, and then 10 to 15. That's what we'll do. 10 to 15. I do like being able to program ranges a little bit, give them a little bit of opportunity, and then it shows them that I believe that they can go up too, I think, is what's really important. So 135. Same here. We'll go 145 to 155, just depending on how things are moving and looking, and then after a squat as well. Floor press, they're supposed to do 65. We'll do a 65 to 70. And there we go. So let's real quick just check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 left. We're going to X out this one. I'm going to go see if there's anyone else that we can X out. Anyone that hasn't showed up in past end of the week, I'm not going to have great numbers on to be confident giving them any. So we're just going to skip through some of these. So we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That put us down to 13. So we have about 13 athletes left. We'll keep running through this real quick though. Now for this one, this is where I'm a little, what I might do here. Now this is definitely not an ideal scenario, but this athlete, when did they win at max third squat? It has been quite some time. 250. She did 250, but then she decided to go on a hiatus and then didn't come back for quite a while. So we'll see. I will have to just kind of see when she wants to do her winter max. So I want to get her winter max. So I want to see if she can at least push it up by another 5 pounds. Hopefully, but we'll have to see how that goes or not. Anywho's, we'll get into actually just programming for her instead of just talking about programming for her. Anyway, box squat. So she wasn't able to do it for 2 there, but we'll do 2. We'll go 205 to 210. Actually, I'll go 210, and might be able to fight her to stay there. But I would be happy with 205 as well. But I would never tell her that. That's the trick. Barbell RDL. She only did 80? That can't be right. We'll go 95, I guess. There's no way she only did that. But we'll see, I suppose. Back extension, she did 25. I'm gonna go 30. She could do way more. But again, sometimes you just gotta get what you get, kind of thing. She did 80 here. I guess she just was not having a great day, I think, on this one, and she had to leave pretty early, so that's okay. So here she did 85 for 4. We're gonna do 90 for 3, and she will be okay. Press, we did 50. I'm gonna go 55. I'm gonna go 40 here. I'm gonna go 15 here. Good. Deadlift, she has not been doing because she's not there on Wednesday. And press, we were supposed to be, I don't know what she'll be at, so we'll be done with that one. Perfect. Opening all these. I'm now out of water, so that is kind of unfortunate. And for some reason, during the day, my AC has been working, but just not as powerfully as normal. So that's kind of unfortunate. But anyway, if you are just joining the chat, thank you for coming in and watching the stream. We are currently updating the last 12 or so athletes at the high school that I help coach for strength and conditioning. So definitely a little boring on the content side of things, but hopefully me chatting it up is breaking up the monotonous of it. I'm kind of just yapping and yapping and yapping. But if you have questions about training, please let me know. Happy to answer any and all questions as long as it makes sense and it's actually in the scope of what I know. But I'm really glad to give my opinion on anything as well. Let's be honest here. Back extensions, 50. We'll try to go 50 to 60 right there. We'll see how that works for her. Bench, she is at 110 for 2. We're gonna go 115, or excuse me, 110 again. Actually, I might give her a 110 to 115. I just want to see what happens. Press, we're at 70, 65. Let's try to get her to 70 here. Dumbbell row, she did 60. We'll go 60 to 65. Make sure it's actually good technique. 20s. That's probably the good call, but we'll go 20 to 25. And then everything else stays the same. Deadlift, she did 135 for 3. So we'll go 145 to 155. Oops. 145 to 155. Perfect. 85. 100 to 105. Perfect there. Now this is another athlete that's actually been killing it, especially on the bench press lately. I'd like to see their squat be a lot higher, as their bench press is getting scarily close to their bench, or their squat. Their bench is getting scarily close to their squat. But nonetheless, they're doing well. There's a little inconsistent with how their squat is, and I don't know why yet. It is about 20-25 athletes when he's in there, so being able to make sure to keep an eye on one, because he also moves a little faster than I recommend most of them to do. So I am going to move him. I'm going to keep him at 175. I'm going to put him at 180, because I know he can do it. He's just a matter of, like, you just have to do it. And they started training for football again this week, so I think that's probably played a little bit of a factor. They did do more on split squats, though, which was good. Going to bump that to 100. Barbell RDLs for 135. Going to go to 140. Leave the hamstring curls. Back extensions we'll go to keep at 70 for now. And then the next day we'll probably bump it up to 80. Bench press, he did 145 for 2. We're going to try to go 145 for 3. We'll see what happens. Press, 80. Let's move that to 85. Wait, let's see. What was that reps range? 2 for 3. Yeah, we'll try 85. Dumbbell rows, he did 60. Only got 5 reps, though. So we'll stay at 60. Double skull crushers was skipped, but we'll do 20 again. And deadlift. Did 175. Go 185 for at least a single, but we'll see if we could go up. Floor press, 115. Changed to 120. A lot of the accessories, again, have been changed to more of a linear fashion where I'm not super worried about undulating the reps and things like that. We're just trying to add 5 pounds every single time. And it's been working relatively well this time. So for this one, we're going to go 215. Barbell split squats, they weren't here. I don't think they've done them yet. Fortunately, this athlete seemed to slowly kind of fall off towards the end of the summer, which is unfortunate, but that's okay. RDLs. Done 185 before, so we'll go 185. Back extensions, change to 50, like so. Bench press, 145, we'll go 145 again. Dumbbell rows. They did have to leave the stat, do you remember that? I did put that on press and not bench press now that I'm looking at it. Do I have press number 85? Try to go 90, I suppose. There we go. There. Deadlift, they don't have anything for a while. Floor press, need to go to 125 to 130. Great. All right. But anyway, something I have been wanting to kind of share on this stream, which is kind of goes hand in hand with streaming in general, is kind of the new way I'm kind of looking at posting content, which I've been a little bit slower on the last few weeks because I've been thinking about a new way to do it, which is good, but me thinking about the new way it's done it has caused me to just not post content at all. But that's besides the point. But I'll get anyone's thoughts on it if you're in the chat or just watching the video back. Let me know if you'd like to see more of this. I want to start streaming more. Maybe once, 2 times, at least 2 times a week. Get up to 2 times a week. I'm obviously at 1 a week right now, but getting up to 2 times a week and doing like the free programs and things like that, I think could be really, really cool. And also, like, I think it would allow me to build kind of more connection with you all and have more of an actual like community, if you will, within my content, right? So if you all like that idea, let me know. I'm also wanting to make more YouTube videos versus shorts and just smaller content. I'll still post those, of course, but basically just like voiceovers of me kind of chatting about things I'm working on, maybe things about training in general, my business, things like that, and just getting you guys a little bit more like a more behind the scenes version almost. But again, it's gonna be more like a voiceover of like clips of me or my athletes training, things like that, more than anything. So it's not gonna be like a vlog by any means, but just something a little bit different. And I'm just curious on your all's opinion on that, since you all will be the ones watching it. And if you normally watch me on Instagram, TikTok, don't worry, I'll still be posting on there and Facebook, but just something a little bit different, I thought. And I just had come across someone else doing some similar type of content like that, and I really liked the format of it, and I wanted to give it my own shot, and which will hopefully be coming out after this sometime soon, and the next day, or tonight, or tomorrow, or whenever I decide to actually post it. I have to put the clips together and things like that. I'm still learning how to edit on my computer. Not necessarily edit, but get better at getting videos from my phone on my computer. I'm a kind of a boomer when it comes to technology, unfortunately, but that's okay. He needs to do about 140 right there. Why did they comment 135? I will say, coaching athletes is really fun, but sometimes when they like could just delete the 134 and then put in the 135, but then said they left a comment. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. 80 RDLs, he did 82. So I just don't know where they're coming up with these numbers sometimes either. I think that is one of the most frustrating things I have happened to me every time I coach athletes. But that is not a negative thing. Honestly, sometimes it's a little bit funny, but at the same time, I'm like, dude, what's even going on right now? And you got to make fun of them for it generally. But see, like this, like 38. There, I know we do not have a dumbbell. There's 38 pounds, and the 8 is not even close to the 0 or the 5. Anyway, moving on. And I do have this big pop-up, but thankfully you all cannot see because I'm intelligent and put it set to look at the browser, I think, instead of my screen. Anyway. But yeah, what do you all think about that content strategy? More streams, and this is not necessarily going to be the only platform I stream on either. Like I may stream on TikTok or Instagram or Facebook or anything like that as well. But maybe that's what I'll do. It's just kind of a rotating stream on the programming ones. That could be interesting for people that like to watch it on YouTube. Maybe not as interesting for them. But you could also always join me on these streams, and I'll always keep YouTube in the rotation for sure. But anyway, if you all are interested in that, let me know. Or have any other ideas of like styles of content you guys would like to see, and that might end up working out for me. I would love to get your all's feedback on it. She could do 210, 75, go 80 there. Not 800, Steven. RDLs, I don't know. Back extension, she did 50. I think she could do 60. She'll probably fight me on that one. And if you're just joining in, hello. Thank you for starting in. Say what up in the chat so I know you're here. And if you have any questions about training, that's kind of what we're going over. That's what this stream's about. If you do not know who I am already, most people probably don't, but I'm a strength coach. We're currently going over training numbers for the high school that I help. We're updating those training numbers, and that's pretty much it, really. Dumbbell row, they did 45. Bump that up to 50. This is kind of a very monotonous task, so we're kind of just doing the stream and then having me yap behind you all watching me input these numbers. But sometimes it brings up a good question, like why did I change these numbers? How would you do this? How would you program for that? Things like that, which is usually makes this a little bit more fun. So if you do have any questions, please don't be afraid to ask in the chat. And if you are looking to get a new program already, a training program for athletes specifically, not a specific type of athlete, just an athlete in general. We don't do sport-specific training. We do athlete-specific training. There should be a pinned comment that you can click a link and get a template already, and that will be a free training template. You'll get put into a group chat on my training app and be able to chat with me, ask questions, things like that I'll check every so often to make sure if things are going smoothly and if anyone has any questions to help them out. Barbell RDL, 55. They could do 160 probably. Back extensions, they did 60. I want to challenge them with 70 there. And also, once again, another thank you to everybody that's showed up today. We have 27 total views while being live, which is definitely the most I've ever had before, so that's really, really cool. Not concurrent, but nonetheless, it's really, really cool. Why did they only do 70 for one? Dumbbell row, 55. Keep it at 60. Soul crushers, they did do 25. I remember that. We'll go 25 to 30. Make sure it's in a good technique. We have about 5 and a half people remaining to do still. Probably 165. So we'll be done momentarily, and we'll probably hang out on about 10 minutes post stream if anyone has any last minute questions about training. But after that, we'll be done. This will probably be the first time this is definitely going to be the first time that we've actually gone through a whole 2-hour blocked out time for the stream. So it might end up being, or if we do these free training programs, things like that we might need to block out some more time on the calendar to get these in. But we'll have to see how that goes, I suppose. This athlete could go there. 45. What's their back extension? 60. I was to say, it's kind of just become into a formula. You look at the number, you know the athlete and you know what numbers to put down. So that's kind of why it's just super easy to kind of talk and go through this one by one. The actual program itself is a little more thought out ahead of time before I put it in front of you all. But we'll go 70, 75. Dumbbell rows, they did 60. Try to do 65 next time. Skull crushers. Oops. What's going on? They did 25, so let's go. 25 to 30. There we go. Like so. Open this one, save that one. Deadlift, they're supposed to do 165. We'll see if they can do 185. And then we'll run back 85 on the floor press. And then for the deadlift, we'll go 185. And a lot of people ask, like, why are the athletes and then themselves ask why they're deadlifting more than they can squat? One, we do box squats, and unfortunately with the high school, they have a little bit more limited equipment, so we have to use the benches that are probably a little higher than I would prefer to have it. But we also try to push the squat a lot more. As you notice, we box squat twice a week, and we only deadlift once a week. And so that's usually why our squats are a little bit higher than our deadlifts, which is not super conventional, but is usually fine nonetheless. 65 there. Maybe this will be easier going backwards. We'll see. I don't know how, if anyone knows how. I have Norton security that keeps popping up because my thing's expired. And I don't remember actually ever getting that, so if anyone has insight that the fact that I'm like about to get a virus or something, please let me know. I really don't want my computer to blow up because that would definitely put a hindrance in things. Especially if it blows up for real, because that would not be good. I would assume that my house would probably be in flames, so not good there. And that would probably stop me from getting a gym, which that is not good. We want to get the gym, get more athletes, get more powerlifters, strength enthusiasts, etc., strongmen, whoever, not whoever, people that take training seriously for sure. But we want to get them a place to actually train at. So why does she not have school? Oh, this is what is kind of painful for her. So we're gonna X that out. So there we go. 3 more to go. We're gonna put this here. Mark that complete. What are we doing? Hide comments. Oh, that didn't work. Hide comments. Ah, there we go. Perfect. Okay, so we'll do these ones, these ones, these ones. Once again, we'll go backwards, but I don't think she has floor press, so we won't be actually doing this day, so we're going to cancel that one. Deadlift. Didn't do. Okay, this is a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. Squat, she did 165. She's been dealing with a little bit of back issues because she hasn't been with us very long consistently, which I think has not allowed her to get as prepared as everyone else for squatting so often. So we've had to be a little bit careful with that. So we've been just being a little weary on some things. We're going to lower those RDLs down a little bit and see how she's doing the day of. And for bench, she tried to do 55 for 4. We'll try to do 60 here. Press, should do 40, 45. Dumbbell rows, we're supposed to do 35 and 10. So we'll go 35 and 10 to 15 since we're only doing 8. All right. 2 more athletes to go. Thankfully these ones, this one showed up all week. So we'll have numbers to base everything off of, or at least we should. They did 115 there, so we'll go 120. And deadlifted 2x3 at 175. So 1 rep max, probably between 185 and 200. And again, they'll just have to ask me as their mark to do. And I'll have to remind everybody, because I did not think about it, we will not be doing split squats in between deadlifts. So hopefully no one goes so fast they don't realize what they're doing. This one will go 185. I don't know why this athlete randomly just jumped up really big, but I'm not going to complain about it. whether they were sandbagging before or what. RDLs, they did 185, so let's go 195. And back extensions, it's 60. Let's try to do 70. And bench, they did 145. 85, we'll go to 90. Dumbbell rows, 75. So 80, 25, 80 and 25, 80 and 25. 80 and 25. Perfect. And last athlete to go. We'll only have lower body data. So we'll just put that in. So she's 115. There. Barbell supposed to go out. She's at 80. So we'll go 85. 85 to 95. So we'll do 85. 95 there. Back extensions, they did 35. We'll go 40. And then deadlifts. We're not a fan of deadlifts, but that's okay. 105 to 115. And that is it, everybody. So thank you for joining. We're switching over to the different screen real quick. So you all should just be able to just see me. Thank you all for joining the stream today. We covered training program. We built a training program for the athletes at the gym that I have. We have covered doing their training numbers. And we also have done all the high school training numbers. So that's awesome. And real quick, what I just remembered, we need to, how do I do this? Subscription goal. Can I update this? We have gotten more. I don't really know how this stuff all works, guys. I'm going to be honest. Because I believe we're at more subscribers than 101. But let me see if I can actually update it for everybody because everybody, I'm sure, wants to celebrate with me. We're at 107 right now, so that's awesome. We're going to end that. Wait, that's not what I wanted to do. Here, we'll restart it like this. This probably was not the best way to go about it. We'll do it anyway. 30. Don't really know why I decided to do this at the end of the stream, so I apologize to everybody, but we're doing it anyway. Go right there, and it is gone. Okay, cool. Nice. So anyway, we'll figure that out after the stream. If anyone has any final questions, please do let me know. But apart from that, I will probably be out of here. I'll stay on for a couple minutes in case some questions roll in. But I don't have much going on anymore. So we got done with everything. So I appreciate everybody showing up once again. This was, whoa. See, I'm already messing. I got to stop messing with stuff because I'm just going to continue messing up what I had going on. I had all this stuff lined up perfectly-ish. I just need to lock everything. That's what I need to do. But anyway, that's all I got. Doesn't look like anyone's going to have any questions, but if you all do and you're not live, be sure to look in the comments as well. I try to check those as often as I possibly can. So anyway, thank you all for joining the live stream today and have a good one. Bye.